Om Shri Sai Ram. We will start this session with the prayers. Oh. 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 Sahana bhavatu. Sahana bhunaktu. Sahaviryam karavavahai. Tejasvidavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Sai Ram, everyone. I would like to start with where we were last week. I'd introduced compound consonants, and so I will start from there. I'm hoping to sort of change the way I'm approaching the letters. I hope you all find it useful. But I just wanted to start from where we are. I think, I mentioned that there are some consonants, compound consonants, which are important and you need to keep in mind. And there were some questions around that which came my way. So I thought I will address them as well. But the first one, which I have here, is uk, and the sh, which is cerebral sh, the tongue should point up. The tongue should point up. So it's sh, sh. It comes in quite a few words like akshara, akshaya, and so on. Okay. So that's, you watch how it is written. It's written much different, and you really cannot figure out that what the two letters are. But make a note of it. It's more or less like the and sign in English. I think it's quite similar to that. Okay. The second one, which I wanted you all to pay attention to, is ij and nya. Both these letters, both these consonants come in the cha varga, which is the palatal. Okay. Where the tongue is actually parallel to the roof of the mouth. The first one is ja, but you start with ij. There's no a. Ij. Then the second letter is the fifth letter, which is the nasal letter in the cha varga, which is nya. So the compound letter, as you can see how it's written, it's also written in a way you can't really figure out that what are the two letters which combine. But actually it should be pronounced ij, nya, nya, nya. Okay, nya. It is one of the most mispronounced consonant, compound consonant in Sanskrit language, because many people use g, n. Okay, so they say ag, jnana, g, g. which is technically not right, because that is not what is written. That's not what is the word supposed to be. So it's ajnana, ajnana, not agnana. Then there are people who also say agya, Gya. That's also quite common. Gyanam, they will say, agyanam. The G sound should not come because it's a completely palatal compound consonant. So, ajnana. Okay. Some people use even DNA, ajnana. That's also incorrect. But these are some of the regional variations in different languages which has crept in. And I would say it is not completely incorrect, I would say, because there are many people using it. But if you want to technically, as a purist, if you want to look at it, it's ajnana, ajnana. So I thought I would just highlight that. Then another set of compound consonants which also gets a bit confused in many parts of India, I guess. So I thought I would just touch upon them. That is the combination of ha and ma. Ma. Okay. This is the way it is written. Okay. And but there are many people who pronounce it as ha. Actually, they sort of flip it around. It is also in use. There are many Vedic scholars who would chant it as Brahma. And even someone sent me even a bhajan where it's sung in Patti, where Brahmanda Nayaka is the way it's sung. See, in pronunciation, what we should understand is sometimes there are various conventions, so acceptance conventions. One is according to pure scriptural rules which are in place, grammatical rules in place. Okay, according to that, it is ma. Okay, we can discuss that later on. But then there is something, another pramana, or something which validates something, is called arsha pramana. Arsha pramana means a rishi or a great person, if they pronounce something in a certain way, that is considered authentic. Okay, so if they say Ihma, it's the way they pronounce, and if someone has learned it from them, that is also okay. But then you need to realize which pramana you are using. But because this is a Sanskrit class, I just wanted to, as just purely Sanskrit from a grammatical rule perspective, Ihma is the correct pronunciation. So it's a Brahma. Okay. But many people pronounce it as Brahma. Okay. My role is not to say this is right, that's wrong. I'm just basically saying according to Sanskrit rules, the way it is written, the way it should be pronounced is Ihma. It is up to everyone's heart as to what they would like to follow. I will leave it at that. Okay, because especially Ihma is very prevalent in the north part of India. In the southern part of India, is very prevalent. So I will leave it at that. Same thing with this also. And na, many people pronounce it as inha. One of the common words is Vahni. Okay, they pronounce it as Vanhi. Okay, so same issue for both of these. I will just leave it at that. Okay, from a technical Sanskrit rule perspective, the pronunciation is Ihma and Ihna. So, okay, I will stop there and I will go to the next slide. So I have tried to approach learning the letters through, you'll see how I have sort of developed it today. I'm using shlokas, and I'm going to use Suprabhatam, and then maybe thereafter I will use the Ashtotra Shatanamaval, the 108 names. I'm going to mainly use them to learn to read as well as understand the meaning. And if there are certain grammatical aspects which come through in those, I will explain to them. It's not going to be a very in-depth grammar discussion. That can be boring for many people. It's not very practical because it is just technical details. But I will just introduce you to some of the concepts. If there's interest, then maybe I will spend more time on them later, okay? So what I've taken is the shloka with which started the entire program, which is the shloka for Lord Ganesha, which all of you are familiar with. But I think it's good to go through how to read it in Sanskrit and how to pronounce it properly. Okay. So it is Vakra Tunda Mahakaya Surya Koti Samaprabha Nirvignam Kuru Me Deva Sarva Karyeshu Sarvada. Okay, I think almost at every bhajan in every center, I think people chant this. So how we are going to study this is, you may think I have rushed through, but you will see that that is not my intention. So we are going to look at letter by letter. I don't know, you can give me feedback later whether it's useful or not. But every letter in the shloka we are going to go through. Okay. The first letter is Vakratunda. Okay, first word I have taken. The first letter is Va. So here is the Va. That's a combination of U and A. This is the consonant without a vowel. And this is the vowel A. Both combine to give us the word Va. Okay, Va. Then the second letter is Kra. So let's see how it is made up. Okay. So there are three basic letters, aksharas, okay, which is Ik, Ir, and A. So because Ik and Ir are coming together, that's the compound consonants, two consonants coming together. Okay. So there are three individual sounds which are making that sound Kra. Ik, Ir, and A. So what I've done is I've taken Ir and A, that gives you what's called Ra. Ir and A gives you Ra, but Ik and Ra. Okay. When Ik and Ra join together, you get what's called Kra. Okay. So make a note of it, how it sounds. You can see normal Ka is written. And then there is a diagonal line which comes this way. That is the way many times when the Ra is the following letter, that is the way it's written. A diagonal line drawn downward towards your left. Okay, Kra. The third letter in the word is Tu. That is It. That is Takara. It plus U gives you Tu. Tu. The next one is a compound consonants again. It is In, Da. Okay. Actually, I have not spread out. Da is actually made of D, D and A. Actually, there are three letters here also, but I have, because of space, I have cut it out. But I hope you understand. Okay. In, Da becomes In, Da. As you can see, only half of the Na is taken here. The staff which is next to it, okay, the vertical line is dropped. In, Da. Okay. So that we have covered all the four letters, I would say. 1, 2, 3, 4. Vakra, Tunda. Okay. Unda is one letter. Okay, it's a compound consonant. So is also Kra. Okay, so now we look at the meaning. Vakra means anything which is curved. Or anything which goes back also is called Vakra. Okay. Anything is reverse is also called Vakra, but it's curved is also called Vakra. Tunda is the trunk. So it's a description of Ganesha's trunk, which is Vakra Tunda. Okay. People can say, why are we saying Ganesha's trunk is curved? Yes, that's the way people have painted it, I guess. The elephant's trunk always curves a little. And so does Ganesha's. So that curvature also has some meaning. It's considered, it's a curvature is the breath going. So it's believed it is a symbolism of our spinal curve, spinal cord. The spinal cord, how it curves is the same way an elephant's trunk curves. So it is believed that the breath which we take actually flows through that. The prana in the body is actually taken through the spinal column. So that is supposed to have some esoteric symbolism. Okay, so that is described. So I thought I would just touch upon that because there are many layers of meaning. So that is one of the reasons why Vakra Tunda. That means the breath also comes from nose. So the same way our life itself is given by Lord Ganesha. For our body to function without any problem, Lord Ganesha is the Lord which makes it happen, because he is considered as part of the Mooladhara. Actually, Mooladhara is where the spinal cord curves, that is where supposed to be Mooladhara. Okay, the first chakra. And Ganesha is considered the Lord who is actually controlling that. So our life, our ability to walk, speak, do anything in this world is controlled by this divine power, which is symbolized as Lord Ganesha. Okay, so that is Vakratunda. That's why we say, when we say Vakratunda, you thank the Lord that our body should function without any problem to perform any action. That is the meaning of Vakratunda. Okay. Otherwise, people will say, you just curved the trunk. What does it mean? But if you had to start somewhere, okay, so the next word we will look at. The next word is Mahakaya. Okay. There are 4 letters here again. Ma, Ha, Ka, Ya. Ma is made of and A, which is Ma. Ha is made of, it's a longer A, Ha. Okay. Plus A makes you Ha. So Maha. This is shorter akara. This is the longer akara. As you can see in the transliteration, they has a line above it, so which indicates it's a longer one. So Maha. The next one is Ka. It's again longer akara. Uk plus akara gives you Ka. The next letter is Ya. E plus A gives you Ya. Okay. So Ma, Ha, Ka, Ya. Maha means anything great, big. Kaya means body or form. Okay. The Lord Ganesha is considered to have a very huge body. It's also believed that the entire universe actually resides in his own stomach. So he is the one who gives us life. He is the one who gives us nourishment. Kaya means that which keeps us alive. Okay, that which nourishes us. So he is so big that we can comfortably live within him. The entire universe lives within him. So that is symbolized by Ganesha. So Maha Kaya. So no other form can be bigger than him. So the entire creation itself cannot be bigger than him. He is bigger than that. Okay? That's what the word Mahakaya means. So we are going to the next word, which is Surya Koti. Okay. Again, there are 4 letters. You look at them. The first one is Su. This plus U, which is the longer U, gives you Su. See the way how it's written. Su. The next one is a compound consonant again. There are three individual basic building blocks of letters. Ir, E, and A. Okay. Irya. Surya. It is Irya. So E and A together, Ya. R comes here. So Ir and Ya makes you Irya. Surya. Okay. So see how the R is written. I had mentioned last week. When an R precedes, as R is the first letter in a compound consonant, it's always a hook which is on top of, okay, the letter which is written. Okay, so you can see it's very common. All R, I think I had a slide last week which I had shown you how whenever Ir is the preceding letter, always a horn or an ear or whatever you want to call it comes. It's a question mark of sort, reversed one. Okay, a hook. Surya. The next letter is Ko. That is Ik plus O gives you Ko. Just watch how it's written. It's Ka plus a bunny ear on top. Ko. Ko. The next letter is T. This is Ta Varga, the first letter in the Ta Varga, which is cerebral. It and E. Oh, I should have put a plus sign here, but sorry about it. Ko T. Okay, this T. So I think it's should be pretty straightforward in terms of meaning. People may know, at least whoever have come from India, Sri Lanka. Surya means sun. Koti means crore. 1 crore is, I think it's called 10 million. Okay. So that's Surya Koti. The word is not complete yet. So 100 crores of suns. Okay. We look at the next word, which is Sama Prabha. Okay, again, there are 4 letters. Sama Prabha. Just watch the 4th one, which is Bha, which is the aspirated Ba, which is Bha, which is the 4th letter in the Pa Varga. Sometimes people may not pay attention to that, so I thought I will just point out. Okay, we'll start with the first letter, Sa, which is plus A is Sa. Plus A is Ma. The next one is a compound consonant. Up, Ir, and A. So Up plus Ra. Ir and A becomes Ra. Up, Ra is written this way. As you can see, when R is the following letter, second letter, it's always a diagonal line at the bottom. I think we saw it in the Vakra also. We saw Ra, Vakra, the same diagonal line is drawn. So in Pra also you will see a diagonal line which is slanting downwards towards your left at the bottom of the letter. Okay, Pra. The last letter is B plus A, which is the 4th letter in the Pa Varga, an aspirated Bha. Okay, Bha. U plus A is Bha. So Sa, Ma, Pra, Bha. Sama means equal. Okay, we already looked at 100, crore, a crore of suns. Sama equal. Prabha means effulgence. So one who has the effulgence of 100 suns. So it means that all the stars are also suns in this world. Okay, there are crores and crores of stars. So all those stars actually take effulgence. The light comes from Lord Ganesha because he's the one who is made up of all of them. This is the meaning. Surya Koti Samaprabha. So you can see the first one is breath, prana in our body. kaya, the body form which makes us live in this world. And then he is the one who energizes like prana, like the sun. Because without the sun, we all don't live. The earth itself will be destroyed completely. Okay, so that is Ganesha. Okay, so that is symbolized by this word, Sama Surya Koti Samaprabha. So the next word is Nirvignam. Okay, we will go through that. There are 3 letters actually. The first one is Ni. Okay, so somebody has put a comment. Okay, someone is happy with the approach. Because I thought it's easily we will start with this and maybe then we can speed up as long as when you become more familiar with the letters. So that's why I thought I would take this approach. So it's not very boring also, otherwise you look at the letters and it doesn't mean much. So I thought I will try this tactic. So the first letter is Ni. Ni is made of in plus E is Ni. The second letter is a compound consonant. Okay, compound consonant is Ir plus Uv plus E. Okay, Uv plus E gives you V. V. Okay, then Ir and V gives you Irvi. So Nirvi. Okay. The third one is Ig, In, A, and Anuswara. Okay. The circle below here, dot, basically means it should be over a letter. Okay, that's what it means. Nirvignam. So it Ig. Look at the Ga. Okay, it is the 4th letter in the Ka Varga. So it should be aspirated. G. Okay, not G. G. Okay, so it should be with a little bit of effort. Because blockage is always in a block, so you have to push through means G. Okay, it should be like that. Ig, nam. Okay, when all of them are put together, it's ignam. Okay, in plus a becomes na, ignam. Okay, and this is the way it's written. Okay, Nirvignam. Nirvignam means obstacle free, without any obstacles. Okay. This setting Gna, for some reason it showed up. Maybe I shouldn't erase it. So Nir means without. There's an absence of something. Nir. Vignam means obstacles or difficulties. So Nirvignam means without obstacles, obstacles free. Okay. So actually the rest of, there are 3 words which I put on one slide. Let's say, first one is Kuru. Okay, often people make a mistake of chanting Guru here. Okay. Kuru means to do. I've given the meaning itself here. You look at each letter. Kuru means it's a request for somebody to do something. Kuru. Okay. Ik plus U gives you Ku. Ir plus U gives you Ru. Ku, Ru. Okay. The next word is May. May, longer. Okay. May, because you should know there is no short A for A in Sanskrit. So it's always May. Means my. Okay. Plus A gives you May. Just watch how the May is written. There is one bunny here, I would say, on Ma, but it's pronounced May. Okay, though A doesn't have that. I hope you pay an attention to that. The next word is Deva. Deva means Lord, God. Okay. The first letter is De, with plus A, De. uv plus a, va. Okay. So nirvignam kuru. Nirvignam is an obstacle free, make it happen. Okay. Nirvignam kuru means make sure that there are no obstacles. So kuru means we are asking Lord. May Deva, my Lord. Oh Ganesha, you are my Lord. Make all of them go away. All the obstacles go away. That is the request. Or we are giving him an instruction. Actually, kuru is as if you're talking to a friend, just do it, something like that. So that's the way the shloka is. And two more words are there. We'll go through them. Sarva karyeshu. Okay. Sarva karyeshu. As you can see, there are 5 letters. Okay, so we'll look at each of them. Is plus a gives you sa. The next letter is a compound consonant. I think we have already looked at it. Ir plus u plus a gives ir plus va, irva. Just watch how it's written. Again, the hook. When the ir is preceding, always there's a hook on the top. Okay. Irva. Sarva. The next letter is ka. Uk plus a, which is a longer akara, gives you ka. Ka. The next one is again a compound consonant. Ir plus e, a. Okay, irye. Ir plus e plus a gives you ye. Ir plus ye gives you irye. Again, you can see how it's written. It's a bit crowded at the top. There's a hook and a bunny ear over here. Okay, irye. The last one is shu. Shu, which is actually the cerebral sh. Okay, sh. Shu. Ish plus u gives you shu. Okay, sarva karye shu. Okay, sarva karye shu. Okay. Sarva means all, everything. Karyeshu means in your deeds. Any karyam. Karya means action. Karye is a singular. If it's one action, it's karye. In the deed. In deed. Okay. So there should not be any difficulty in a deed. Karyeshu is plural. The shu makes it plural. Okay. There's something called vibhakti in Sanskrit. I'm not going to touch it too much. So this basically, each word is appended something or modified slightly, so it means a little more than that word. Okay, one day I will spend a bit more time on vibhakti, but for now I think it's good enough if you know karyeshu means in your deeds. So there should not be no obstacles in the deeds. Okay, sarva karyeshu. The last word in the shloka is sarvada. Okay. Is plus a is sa. The next one is a compound consonant. Ir, uv, a, irva. I think we have already looked at it. Irva. The last letter is id plus a, which is a longer akara, which is da. Sarvada. That means always, at all times. Okay. So basically we are praying to Ganesha, Vakratunda, whose curve is curved, Mahakaya, whose form is big, Surya Koti Samaprabha. Because sometime you may come across Koti Surya Samaprabha is also in there are some versions like that, both mean the same. Crore sons, 1 crore sons. Samaprabha, whose effulgence of a 1 crore sons. Nirvignam kuru. Nirvignam means obstacle-less, obstacle-free. Kuru, make it obstacle-free. May Deva, my Lord. Sarva karyeshu sarvada. In all deeds, at all times. Okay. So we repeat this again and again, knowing very well it's Ganesha who can make all obstacles go away. So by praying to him, the obstacles will go, because he is like an elephant. If he walks in front of us, all obstacles will be removed. So that's the prayer of this shloka. So I thought I will go over that. I hope you all find it useful. I hope I'm not too slow. So what I'm trying to do is I'm combining you learning the shloka and the words and the meanings, along with recognizing the letters and being able to read it with the accurate pronunciation. So I thought this will be a useful approach. You can give me your feedback. So I'm going to go to the next shloka. I will pause here. If there are questions, maybe I will address. If not, I will go to the next shloka. And if you have any questions, you can anyway pause. Okay. First, I'm just going to read the entire shloka once, and then we will go do the same thing. Okay. Saraswati Namastubhyam Varade Kamarupini Vidyarambham Karishyami Siddhir Bhavatu Me Sada. Okay, so we'll look at each word and maybe look at each letter. Sorry, I think I made a small mistake. Give me a minute. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about it. You can see this slide went missing. I don't know how, so I put it back. So the first word is Saraswati. Saraswati. The first letter is Sa. This plus A is Sa. The next letter is Ra, which is Ir plus A, which is Ra. Sara. The next letter is a compound consonant. Is, U plus Sa. That is plus Va gives you Swa. Okay, as just you can see, half of the Sa is the one which is combined with Va to produce Swa. Saraswa. The fourth letter is Ti. It plus E is Ti. Saraswati. Saraswati means goddess Saraswati. I didn't go into the meaning. Saras means any form of, any body of water. You can say lake. So Saraswati means one who resides. That's one meaning. Where there's water. Another meaning is Saraswati means one who is, the water itself is Saras. See, one whose form itself is, who is full of water, is also Saraswati. So that means Saraswati is the one life-giving person, because water is the one which gives us life, which is supposed to contain what's called prana. So Saraswati means it's not only she resides in water, she is water itself. She is full of water. The water resides in her is also meaning. Okay, Saraswati. The next word is Namastubhyam. Okay. So the first letter is Da, is in plus A is Na. The second letter is Ma, which is plus A is Ma. Na, Ma. The next letter is again a compound consonant. Is, it, U. Is plus Tu. Is, Tu gives you Stu. Stu. Okay, you can see half the Sa is cut into half, and the left part of the Sa is joined with Tu. Stu. The next one is also a compound consonant, Ub, Ya, Ubhyam. Look at the Ub, which is the fourth letter in the Pa Varga, to Bhyam. That's the way you should pronounce. Ub plus E plus A plus Anuswara, which is the dot at the top, gives you Ub plus Yam. Ub, Yam gives you Bhyam. Okay, Namastubhyam. Namastubhyam. Okay, we have looked at the word. This Namastubhyam word is composed of two independent words. The first one is Namaha. The second word is Tubhyam. Okay. In Sanskrit, there is a concept called Sandhi. So what happens is, see, I have shown you this Namaha, this Visarga is there, no? Which is the dot colon, which you see, colon shaped letter, which is Visarga. It always undergoes change. Okay. So that whenever there is a join, depending on the one letter which is following it, it undergoes a change. So because the word the is following, this Visarga becomes Namas. Okay. So Namas, the Namaha, when joins with Tubhyam, the Visarga changes into Is. So it becomes Namas Tubhyam. Okay. Namaha means to bow down. You know, all of you know the word Namaha. Every Ashtotram, Namaha, you bow down. Okay. Tubhyam means to you. Okay. Namastubhyam, I bow down to you. Okay. To you is a derivation of the word Tvam. Okay. Fourth Vibhakti I put here. Just for reference here, we will discuss Vibhaktis later. Tvam means you. To you means Tubhyam. Okay. For example, in English, he means in you there is nothing. But for example, if you take he, him, I, me, you know, something like that. Bow down to me, bow down to him, okay. So it's like that. So there's some change to the word. Okay, same way in Sanskrit also. So the word Tvam means you, that changes into Tubhyam when you want to mean to you. Okay. So Namas Tubhyam. So I've introduced two concepts here, grammatical concepts. I'm not going to dwell on it because there are rules associated with that, and it's a completely completely different topic. It may become very dry and boring, but I will slowly introduce at the end that it is some basic grammar. But I just wanted you to be aware of these words so that when you say it, you understand what are the underlying words. Okay. Namas Tubhyam. Tubhyam means to you. So we'll go to the next two words, Varade So Saraswati Namastubhyam Varade Kamarupini. Okay, Rupini. The first letter, so I put both the words here. The first one is Va, which is U plus A, which is Va. The second letter is Ir plus A, Ra. The third letter is De, which is Id plus A, De. Varade. Okay, Varade. The next word is Kamarupini. So the first letter is Ka. Ik plus A becomes Ka. Plus A becomes Ma. Ka, Ma. The third letter is Ru. Ir plus U gives you Ru. Longer U. Okay, Ru. P is Up plus E gives you P. The next letter is Ni. Un plus E gives you Ni. Just the cerebral Na. Okay, nasal, with tha varga, ta ta da da, na. Okay, Ni. Okay. Kama, Rupi, Ni. Varade means granter of boons. Okay, the word is Vara means boon. Da, longer da, means one who gives. A feminine goddess who gives is called Varada. Then it's the male god who gives is called Varada. Okay, so Varada means a feminine form of the word boon giver. Boon giver is Varada. But Varade means when you call out to somebody, you would say Varade. Okay, that's also part of Vibhakti. That's called Sambodhana. Okay, that's you call out to somebody. Okay, Varade means you are saying Saraswati Namastubhyam Varade. You are calling to her. Granter of boons, oh, the giver of boons. Kama Rupini. Kama means desire, any wish. Rupini means you are the form of desire. One meaning. It also means if I have a desire, you give it form, you make it happen. Rupini. If I have a desire, you fructification, you want to do something, but it takes shape. So you give shape to my desires. The one who gives shapes to our desire is Kama Rupini. Okay. So I put form of desire, but basically you give the form to the desire itself. You want an apple, means the apple has to be made to appear in front of you. So Saraswati is the one who makes it appear. Okay. Kama Rupini. Varade Kama Rupini. You give us all boons. You make all our wishes come true. That is you. Okay. So that's the way we pray to her. The next word is Vidyarambham. Okay, we'll go letter by letter. First letter is a V. U plus E gives you V. The next one is a compound consonant. Id plus E plus A. Id, E plus A gives you Ya. Id plus Ya gives you Dya. Vidya. Okay. The next letter is Ra. Ir plus A gives you Ra. The fourth letter is Bham. Again, Bha. Okay, watch the Bha. So Ub, A, and Anuswara. Bham. Okay, Bham. So this Vidyarambham consists of two words called Vidya and Arambham. Okay. So that is also something called a Sandhi. So Vidya plus Arambham becomes Dhya. So the A sort of merges into it. Okay. So Vidyarambham. Vidya means education, knowledge. Arambham means beginning. We are starting. Okay. Vidya Arambham. And I think you all must be familiar, during Dashara, we'll say Vidyarambham. On the last day, children are they are taught to learn. Okay, the starting of their education happens. Okay, any education people start during Dashara, Navaratri. The next word is, okay, Sister Aparna is asking. No, it is, okay, I'll go back. Sister Aparna was asking, is an aspirated one? It is not, sister. Okay, it is the third letter in the Ta Varga, so it is not an aspirated. Okay, Vidya. It's not Vidya. Okay, so okay, so and sometimes people make a mistake, so it's a Vidya. The next word is Karishyami. Okay, the first letter is Ka, Ik plus A is Ka, Ir plus E is Ri, Kari. The third letter is a compound consonant, Ush plus E plus A. That is, E plus A becomes Ya here, Ush plus Ya, Ush Ya, Karishya. The last letter is Mi, is plus E gives you Mi. Karishyami. Okay. Karishyami means I am doing, or I will be doing, or I am just about to do. Okay. Vidyarambham karishyami. Okay. There's some future element in Karomi means to do. I am doing now. Okay. Karishyami means I'm just starting out to do. So because Vidya continues, isn't it? So it's in the future also. Vidyarambham karishyami. When you add the me, also it basically is I am doing. Okay, the I is implied in the word karishyami. We will look at verbs and different forms of verbs and how it formed. I don't want to go into detail, but this is a verb. Okay, I am going to be doing, I am going to start doing, or I will be doing. All of that is embedded in that word, karishyami. The next word, Siddhir Bhavatu. Siddhir Bhavatu. The first letter is C. Is plus E gives you C. The next one is a compound consonant with the third letter in the Ta Varga. Then Ud. This is the fourth letter, is aspirated Dha. Then E. So this is the third letter in the Ta Varga. This is aspirated Dha with Ikara. Dhi. Id. Dhi. That's written as Iddhi. Okay. The first part of the letter is unaspirated. The second part of the letter is aspirated, the and E. Iddhi, Siddhi. Okay. Then next one is a compound consonant again. Irba. Ir, ub, a. Ir plus bha gives you irbha. Again, watch the fourth letter in the pa varga. It's an aspirated one. Irbha. The next letter is va. U plus a, va. It plus u, tu. Bha, va, tu. Siddhir, bha, va, tu. Again, when it precedes a compound letter, it has hook at the top. Okay, just note it. This is also another sandhi. There are two words. Siddhihi is the word, original word, plus bhavatu. So the visarga becomes ir. Siddhir bhavatu. Okay. So again, the concept of sandhi comes into play here. Siddhi means success. Bhavatu means let it be. Bhava means to be. May it become true. Okay. Siddhir bhavatu. Bhavatu again, it's a form of a verb, which is basically, you sort of wish, may it happen. Okay. Or it can be even a blessing. Okay. Or it's just an impersonal, bhavatu. Sukhino bhavantu. You come across the same thing. Bhavantu is plural. Bhavatu is singular. Okay. We will discuss those in some grammatical aspects later. So it's similar to that. Sukhino bhavantu. Let this entire world be sukhino, sukhinaha. Here you are saying siddhir bhavatu. Okay. Let success prevail, you can say. May sada. May stands for is plus a gives you may. Then is plus a gives you sa. Id plus a gives you da. May sa da. May stands for my. I think we have already dealt with. Sada, always. So, so let all my actions or my vidyarambam, may vidyarambam, okay, siddhir bhavati, let there be success. So this is what I had. So I will just go through. Maybe we'll just read the shlokas once, now that we know how to read. Hopefully you can practice. These are the two shlokas I had for today. So I will just go over them. You can look at them and read. Vakra tunda. Vakra tunda. Mahakaya. Mahakaya. Surya Koti Sama Prabha. Surya Koti Sama Prabha. Nirvignam Kuru Medeva Sarva Karyeshu Sarvada. Nirvignam Kuru Medeva Sarvakaryeshu Sarvada. Okay, so we will go to the second shloka. Saraswati Namastubhyam. Saraswati Namastubhyam Varade Kamarupini Vidyarambham Karishyami Siddhir Bhavatu Me Sada. Vidyarambham Karishyami Siddhir Bhavatu Me Sada. So we have looked at these two shlokas. I don't know whether it's too little or too much. I don't know. I hope it's 1 hour actually, 10 o'clock. I didn't want to load with more shlokas. I thought there's too much going on with these two shlokas. So I thought I will just stick to these two. I've taken an approach to keep it as easy as possible for you all to follow, rather than me rushing through that. I hope I did not rush through any aspect of today's lesson. If anyone has any questions on any of them, I will be happy to answer. Silent. I guess no one has any questions. I didn't expect, maybe I should have put more material, I don't know. Okay, thank you very much.
Brother, can you explain the karishyami?
Karishyami, okay.
Yeah.
Karishyami. So maybe I'll just give you an overview. I did not prepare the material, but I can say. In Sanskrit, verbs, okay. For example, I will take another word, okay. Because kuru, see the word we came up with, the word kuru, it's a very complicated verb, so I don't want to take that as an example to explain, because the word comes from the word kr. From kr it becomes kara, karo, and all that. So I will just for your purpose, you should say I am starting to do. See, for example, if you're doing something, Vidyarambham karomi means I am doing Vidyarambham. I'm doing it now. I do Vidyarambham. Okay. Karishyami means I'm starting out to do it. So there's a future aspect to Karishyami. For example, Arjuna in Bhagavad Gita is telling Krishna, Karishye vachanam tava. I will do as you say. Okay. Ishya, when it comes, that means there's a future aspect to it. Okay. The me ending, for example, namami, I think all of you have come across the word namami. That means I am bowing down to you. Nama is to bow down. Namami means I am bowing down. There you may have come across the word bhajami. So when the word it ends in me, me, generally it means I am doing that. Okay. So that me relates to me doing it, not anyone else, myself. Okay. Karishyami means I will be doing it. If you want to really translate it, I have used the word I am doing, maybe it's incorrect. I will be doing. Okay. Or I am starting out to do, if you want to put it that way, because there's no real way to translate it in English, but as long as you understand what it is. So I am Vidyarambham Karishyami means, see, it is not a one-day affair, okay, starting out. Because every day we are learning something new. So we are telling Saraswati, Mata Saraswati, I am going to be learning every day something new. Okay. I will continue to be learning, make it successful. Siddhir Bhavatu. Okay. So, Auntie, are you okay with it?
Yes, yes.
If you all want, I will next week I can do a small session on some of the verbs, but it's a bit too involved.
No, it's okay.
If anyone is interested, I will do it, but it's your call. Okay.
Thank you.
So I think one sister Bhavani asked me about Siddhir Bhavatu, so I will just go through that again. I think no one should have any issues with. I think maybe she wanted me to go through the Iddhi. Id is the third, id, and E. So 3 letters, Iddhir. Okay, Siddhi. Generally, you will find whenever there is id and dhi, you will find it a very common recurrence of this. Okay, id and dhi, always coming together. There are many other words also. Vriddhi, there are many other words you will come across this. Iddha, Buddha, Siddha, all of them have this. Okay. So the first part of the letter is unaspirated. The second part of the letter is aspirated. Iddhir. Okay, Siddhir. Ir is Siddhihi. The Visarga becomes Ir because of Sandhi, because they are joined together. Okay. Ub plus A is Bha, Ir Bha. So Siddhir Bha. Okay. Va, it should be straightforward. Tu is tu. So Siddhi plus Bhavatu becomes Siddhir Bhavatu. So if the Visarga changes into R, all of you know the Gayatri. So Bhur, actually Bhuhu, Visarga turns into Ir, Bhur. Then Bhuvaha, Again, a visarga turns into ir. Bhuvar, bhur, bhuvar, suvar. Okay. So sandhi, the visarga in some cases changes into ir. We also looked at visarga changing into is in samastubhyam. Here it has changed into ir. So siddhihi means success. In anything, success is siddhi. Or accomplishment also is siddhi. Bhavatu is made happen. It is just an impersonal invocation. Let there be good. Bhavatu means let there be. So let there be success. But in this case, we are actually requesting. Okay, because you don't want to boss around the Lord. You say, "Oh, Saraswati, I'm starting it out. Let there be success." That means please bless. Okay, so it's actually a request. Because some of the nuances of the word bhava means to be. Bhavatu, let it be. Okay. It's singular. Okay. Bhava, siddhi bhava. Let there be siddhi, success. Bhavantu means let everyone be. Because this, okay. So that's what I was trying to explain. So any blessing, invocation, prayer, you will see the end of tu. Avatu mam, avatu vaktaram. I think that's also you come across in one of the shlokas. So that's a prayer, a request, a wish. I don't know, Sister Bhavani, whether I addressed your question.
Sai Ramana. So the third line, it's sorry, and the third line is
Third word.
Plus third line. The third line.
Yes.
Yes. Above that.
Okay.
Yeah. Third line, all the way at the end.
How it's written?
Yes.
So you can.
So it means, isn't there like a dot? Yeah, shouldn't there be a dot? Or?
No, when it's compound, it's half of the you can see half of the is shown, isn't it?
Okay. So first you read the top letter and then you read the second letter.
Exactly.
Okay.
So it's either left to right or top to bottom.
Okay.
Okay, that's the way you have to read. So either when you in a compound consonant, see, for example, if you look at irba, so you start from the top. Okay, when ir is coming first, it will be on top. Then the second letter will be below. So the same thing with id plus dhi. Okay, so if you go to kra or pra, let me go. You can go through. Okay, pra, up plus ra comes at the bottom. Okay, so always you read this way, left to right or top to bottom. That's the way the compound consonants are written. Okay,
so
Bhavani?
Here, the word the and ud, it's not, it's the same way of writing. Can you say like that?
I cannot follow your question. Same way of writing means?
Like example, uk and k, you know how there's a different way in writing the letter k and uk, right? Half letter?
Yes. So,
okay.
So for
here,
these are exceptions. Some of them don't.
That's what I want.
Okay. So in this case, they have joined together. The. So actually, if you can say the top part of the is there, then the second dha takes over and it's sort of attached to at the bottom. Okay. Unless you want me to show by writing.
Yes, please.
Okay. Okay, so this is the plus. Okay. So let's just look at it the. Okay, if we're going to the. So what you are doing is, okay, this is what you are writing. Okay, so your question is, see, because most other letters, we split them into half and only take, but if you do that to the, that doesn't help. Because, you know, it can be any letter with that. You understand? You can't even figure out what it is. Okay, so I think because of that, they have adapted this concept of writing it on top of each other. Because, for example, if you take any other compound, unless you want to write and show, if you have anything to say.
No, this is good. What
Good
you
enough?
wrote was good. Yes.
Okay.
So you're basically saying some letters change, but this word id doesn't change, whether it's a full letter or a half letter.
Yes.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Otherwise, they will just write id plus that, you know, that they will write this and write the next letter. That is also sometimes in print, you can find that also. They won't even join it. Okay, they will just keep them side by side, like that.
Keep the sound low.
Okay, Brother Tasan, you can ask, brother.
Saram, brother. I'd like to know about the letter here. Saraswati Namastutyam Varade Kama Rupini Vitya Ramba. Vitya Ramba. But that is kind of va, va changed to ba or what? The letter, if you go to the letter, ba. The next slide. Ba, B-H-A.
Yes, yes, BHA.
Yeah, where's that one? Next slide or what?
Here it's, can't you see?
Namastutyam Varade Kama.
Oh, Tubhyam. Okay, oh, sorry.
Yeah. Then,
Okay.
the bar letter, I think next slide, I think.
Next slide.
Yeah. Saraswati Namaste. No, the bar, I saw that one. How do you write the BHA? That is, I think you're putting under explaining the bar. It's like a VA, var mean only that circle. There's no, it's okay then. It's
Okay, I mean, I didn't put the transliteration here, made it a bit difficult for you all, I think.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're asking?
The BHA, that word, if you go through the word, how you wrote it down, that part I didn't understand. BHA, BHY or Namaste.
Here, this one, you know?
Yeah, B.
Ubhyam.
Yeah.
This PH is what you see here. Ub. This BH is ub.
Okay.
Normal ba is written slightly different. I will show you. I will try to draw here and see.
So I'm talking about Vitya Rambam. You know the Vitya Rambam word.
Okay. So I was there. Wait. Here.
Vitya Rambam.
Yes, Arambham. Here is the bha.
Yeah.
And I have not see, for example.
Yeah, this one PRA. Next one. You know the PRA came. Yeah, this one.
Okay, Prabha.
Prabha. Here the
Prabha.
No, the just above one PRA.
Yes.
Yeah, this one.
Yes.
PRA. This is the letter is kind of yeah. No, para.
No, pa.
Para.
See,
Yeah,
you write pa. So how it's written, brother, is like this. Let me try here and show you. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I got it, brother, now.
You got it?
Yeah.
Okay. So,
Thank you, brother.
okay. You write pa and then
Right.
just draw a line. Okay. Yeah, I was a bit lazy. I didn't put the transliterations for you. Here I have put the English, but later on I'm trying to. I didn't put any transliteration here, so that you all are forced to read the Sanskrit, not the transliteration. But if you feel that you want the transliteration, I will do so. I guess I don't know whether people are tired with the amount of material, or you need some more time to digest, or it's okay. Is the pace right? Please let me know by saying or sending an email or something, or give me a call. If you are happy with it, I will continue with the same approach. I'm going to take various shlokas, or I may go into Suprabhatam, and I will start doing the same thing, so that you will learn to read the letters, read the words, learn the pronunciation, and learn the meaning. That way you'll become familiar. Yes, son.
Sairam, I don't know. This is Apwanti.
Yes, son.
Kuru. Kuru means, is it a verb here or noun?
Kuru.
Yeah, kuru, to do.
Kuru is an instruction.
So it's a verb? No.
It's a verb. It's a verb form of an agnya, or request, an order or a request, whichever way you want to put it.
Okay.
You can say please do. You can say do. So how your relationship with the Lord? Nirvignam kuru. You ask. Please do.
Thank you.
Yeah. So
Thank you, Sairam.
Kuru is a verb. Do it. That's what it is. I'm trying to mix up. I don't know whether it's Sister Dushi. Yes, please go ahead.
Oh, Sairam, brother. If you don't mind, could you share your Sanskrit journey? Like what age you started learning and how many years it took? Because I'm finding it difficult to read and write. So I'm wondering whether I have enough lifetime to learn all these, or should I just concentrate on the meaning and pronunciation? Can you please share your journey? Thanks.
See, it is. I started very, very young. Okay, one of the first languages. Next after Tamil, I started learning Sanskrit at the age of 5. Ramakrishna Mission. Because my father listened to Swami's discourse, delivered in 1968, and he was looking everywhere to get us started in Sanskrit. So he looked and searched, and he found that in Colombo, Ramakrishna Mission, they were conducting Sanskrit classes in the morning for children. So there was one teacher who was a lecturer at University of Colombo, I think, in Sanskrit. I forgot her name because I was very young. I joined the class. Actually, all of us were enrolled in that class. So that's when I started. It was in 1970, or 69 or 70 time frame in Ramakrishna Mission. That's how I started learning Sanskrit. I had not even started learning English then. But then I continued there for a few years, 3 years, I think. And then in Sri Lanka, the Balavikas program also introduced Sanskrit. That auntie, I remember, her name is Mrs. Sabharatnam. She used to live in Rudramavata, and she was our Sanskrit teacher in the Balavikas program. So I continued to learn with her till 79. Then I went to Prashantanilayam, and I took up Sanskrit as a subject for my pre-university, which is like advanced level or 11th and 12th. Then I did Sanskrit for my degree also as a subject. So that's my journey. Yes. So, I think your question is, should I learn to read, or just pronunciation and meaning is the question?
Yeah, because I'm wondering whether how many years would take, I'm as an adult, whether I will be able to learn it, or just concentrate on meaning and pronunciation alone, just to do some mantras.
The problem is, so let's take pronunciation. Meaning is secondary, okay? Second step. First one is knowing what the letter means. So for example, if you are going to be chanting something, you need to be very clear what the letter is, what the meaning, how it should be pronounced. In the transliteration, you can do a lot, but I'm telling you, most of the people who rely on transliteration make a lot of mistakes, because the distinction is not as apparent. That's what I've observed. When people who read from Tamil transliteration or English transliteration, they may miss out on some of the aspects. Also, even the words, the meaning may not come through easily. Okay, it's for example, the concept of sandhi, how the visarga changes, all that is lost. Okay, so the thing is, sometimes it is better in life to learn a little bit, but properly. If you ask me, I would say one verse, if you read Sahana Vavatu and master it, that is better than doing 100 things and not doing anything properly. So I would say, if you want to learn, one shloka, and for example, you should understand me. Sometimes we take up doing things because others are doing it or whatever, okay? But the thing is, if you look at Valmiki, he started only with Rama. Okay, he was a completely illiterate person. Okay, he could not even pronounce Rama. But because of his dedication to reciting Rama, he became the Adi Kavi. He was able to write the entire Ramayana. Okay, so I think what is more important is dedication and doing every single thing right. So I would say, if you just learn one small thing, it's good enough. For example, I think you're learning Rudram from people. Okay, to learn Rudram properly, it takes 7 years. Okay, if you go back to, many people say Swami has asked us to learn Rudram. If you go to the exact discourse, I can send you. It was a discourse delivered in 2006 during Atirudra Mahayagna. Swami has made this statement. But he said, to learn the Vedas, first learn the Sanskrit. This is an instruction from Swami. So can I understand Shakespeare's literature without learning English? No, I cannot. I cannot do justice. So that's my personal view, sister. But each of us have to choose. I am not saying people have to learn to read and write. But the thing is, without learning to read and write, the ability to master will be lost. So each person has to decide for themselves how you want to approach it. Because there's a limitation in not being able to read or recognize the sound. And that's my understanding. So I will stop here, sister. I hope I didn't demotivate you. But, so I will give you. So Sanskrit was difficult for me to learn. And then about 7 years ago, I started learning Telugu. Though I could read and I could not read, I could listen to and understand the meaning of Telugu as a language. But I realized because the reason is I wanted to study Swami's literature. So I took up learning Telugu properly to read in 2013. Now after 8 years, I'm still struggling. My speed is very slow. But every day I practice for about half an hour at least, 15 minutes to half an hour. I'm very slow because I think when you're older, when you take something up, it's difficult. So I understand, but you're still younger than me we're taking it up. So I understand as we age, it's difficult, but I think diligence is more important. Okay, my inspiration comes from Professor Kasturi. Professor Kasturi, when he came to Puttaparthi, in the mid-50s, he was past 60. He's a retired person. He didn't know Telugu, but he knew Kannada and he knew Sanskrit and all that, but he didn't know Telugu. So he took it upon himself to learn Telugu. And you know what Swami did? Swami made him translate Swami's discourses and Vahinis. So if Kasturi could learn at the age past 60, I said, I also can try. So age is no bar. Diligence will, you know, if we show diligence, I think with God's grace, one day, you know, we'll be able to learn. It's my hope. I have not reached that. So don't give up hope. But I think doing diligently, in Tamil it says kasadu ara katka. Okay, without any gap you should learn, without any mistake. For that, learning to read is important, is my personal view. But I will just leave it at that. Okay, sorry I took too much time. I don't know whether it was too elaborate an answer, Saira.
No, thank you so much. And thank you for doing this Sanskrit class, because a lot of people in this group are learning Rudram now. So
Yes.
it'll be very useful. And I agree with you that it's very challenging to read Rudram or any other slokas from English or Tamil text. So it could have been much easier if we knew Sanskrit. But I think interest and dedication is what requires. If you have the interest, we can learn. So thank you so much for your classes.
Do it in parallel, sister. Do it in parallel. You know.
Yeah.
You started, continue, but diligence is important. You can master one word in Rudram every day in Sanskrit. It takes effort, okay? But you're going to live more than 7 years, so it's okay. So another, I don't know, 30 years. So I'm sure you can learn much more than that. But I think application, you know, the level of importance we give, I think is important, okay?
Yeah, listening also helps. Like listening to, yeah.
Oh yes, oh yes.
Sairam.
Sairam. Sister Bhavani, please go ahead.
Hi, Ramana and Sister Dushi. So honestly, we find a few of us found this class hard for beginners, especially with no prior knowledge. Some of these sounds we have never heard in Tamil. So actually a few of us wanted to stop. However, we then came up with an idea of doing a group practice session. So Anna, we have been following every single of your class, but as a group, small group, we only practice 5 letters a week.
Okay.
So actually, as this group of 7 people, we have now learned 30 letters. So Sister Dushi, maybe, and few of you who are struggling, just focus on just 5 letters. Do it every day, practice. Write. The only reason we are writing is so we can recognize. I think writing has something to do with memory. So that's going really well. It's very slow. Sometimes people want to give up, but then that's why the group energy is encouraging people. So maybe you can start some practice with your group of friends. I really feel that's helping us a lot. And I think a few times we have talked to you also, and you have given us help, Anna. So yeah, I hope you try that. But you'll have to commit to writing something every day. That's very important, instead of trying to learn everything at the same time.
Thank you, Sister Bhavani. Thanks for sharing your. Yeah, I think, you know, we all of us approach differently, and regularity, and, you know, cut it into small chunks and learn. We should not lose hope. There's always God's grace which will help us. We do our part, and the rest is God's grace. Our effort is, I think, more important. The rest is up to God. Swami says, Yatna Prayatna Manava Dharma. Yatna Prayatna means effort, and more effort is the effort of what is Dharma for man. Jaya Apajayamu Daivadinam. The success or failure is all in the hands of God. So we will do our part. He has to do the rest. That's the way I look at it. So it's 10:30. I hope it was useful for you all today. We will continue
Sairam.
this same process. Yes.
Sairam, brother. This is Balanti.
Yes, Auntie.
Just a motivation for those who are younger than me. I don't know whether people older than me are learning. I am 80 and already turned 80 this year. But I want to learn, and by God's grace, I think I will learn, and I'm able to correct myself in so many words which have been pronounced wrong. For example, I used to say Samar Prabha. It is Samar Prabha. Only today I came to know that was a very, very serious mistake. Samar means war. So
Yes.
Samar Prabha. And then Mahakarya. I was pronouncing as Mahakarya. It is Mahakaya. I didn't know the meaning of that, and I'm learning so much and very thankful. And it is a motivation for the younger people. You can. Only thing is we have to be diligent, and Swami will do the rest. Thank you, Sai Ram. Sai
Thank
Ram,
you.
brother.
Thank you very much, Auntie. You are an inspiration for everyone. And so I'm sure many of you who are advanced of age, I am inspired. You know, I feel one of the reasons I do this is because even though I have learned, you know, I did not pay too much attention to, you know, improve from where I was. You understand? And I thought this is an opportunity Swami gave so that Swami says, you improve. Because whatever we do today, we are continuing to carry, you know. The money we may not be able to carry, but knowledge we all carry. Whatever we learn, even a single letter we have learned, we will be carrying it in our next life also. So the earlier we start, the better. Now we start better. Of course, if you merge with Swami, it doesn't really matter. But you know, we had to prepare for any eventuality. So I think learning is good. Thank you for the inspiration. I enjoy coming and, you know, reading Sanskrit, looking at the words. It's a joy. Thank you very much. Sai Ram, everyone. We'll close with Samasta Loka.
Sai Ram. Thank you.
Oh, Samasta Loka Sukhino Bhavantu. Samasta Loka Sukhino Bhavantu. Samasta Loka Sukhino Bhavantu. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Sai Ram, everyone.